All right, I've got my Britney Spears t-shirt on and my 7-foot Thanos sword. Let's check it out. And here it is. This is the Thanos sword by Nikko Industries. Actually, let me back the camera up even further because I can't even get this thing in the entire shot. Here, I'm gonna back this way up. All right, this is absolutely crazy. I don't think I've ever shot a video with my camera this far back before. I've got my microphone over here. I had to move the lights all the way back here, so hopefully the lighting is somewhat okay here. I have the sword behind me here. The camera is like, I don't know, 8 feet away from me, 9 feet away from me, longer than the sword. All right, and here's Thanos' sword. This file is again from Nikko Industries. This was printed in 6 different pieces, actually technically 7 pieces, and then assembled. Actually, I have the file completely separated at the moment, other than, or the 2 halves completely separated. There is the 7th file here is actually a ring that connects both halves together. I'm gonna leave this unconnected for now, just because it's gonna make it a lot easier for me in the upcoming videos to actually finish that. That's right, I'm actually looking at doing a few different videos on finishing this and sharing it with you guys. This is such a massive project. It's probably gonna take me a little while to get this completely finished and shared with you guys, but I figured this video right here would be great to cover how I actually just printed and assembled this. So I ended up printing this at 0.3mm layer height on 4 different 3D printers. That's right, 4 different 3D printers, and I probably went through at least 3 or 4 rolls of Zyltech Uncle Jessy PLA. Of course I had to print this in my own filaments. Why wouldn't I? It'd be crazy of me. So I ended up actually running into a few issues while printing this as well. Nothing to do with the files whatsoever, but had to do with just stupid things with my printers. So in the end, I was able to get this all printed and assembled here. The 6 core components of this, you're able to slide together, or should be able to. I ended up having to do a good bit of sanding and Dremel work in order to get those seams to, or these halves to fit together. And then I'm gonna end up having to do some cleanup work on the actual joins there. I also ended up breaking some of them just to be able to get them in place. I then used 3D Gloop to actually join all of the seams together. This is one, or I should say each of the halves are now really, really sturdy in comparison to them not having any of the gloop applied to them. I could have used just regular super glue, which I've used in the past on a lot of projects, but this is such a massive, massive prop that I needed to make sure it's really secure. So I'm gonna end up having to, again, in probably another video here, the next one, I'll be going through and filling the seams here using wood filler and other tools to actually get this all smoothed out. And again, I printed this at 0.3mm layer height. It's really not necessary to print this at 0.2 or even 0.1 because of the scope and scale of this actual print. If I would have printed this at 0.2 or 0.1 millimeters, this would have taken weeks to actually print, and I did not want to have to do with that. And again, it's so big, no one's going to be going up and examining the tiniest of little details. They want to see this thing a little bit farther away so you can see the full scale and scope of this. And I don't even know where I'm going to stick this thing, probably against one of these railings here on the backdrop of my wall. Maybe I need to expand this and start moving props on the other wall over here. I don't know. But I'll also be painting this as well and showing you guys how I'm gonna be painting this. But again, I do wanna keep the two halves separated just because it'll make it a little bit easier if I ever need to transport these around or move them around for out my house or reposition them here. It'll just make it a lot easier in terms of being able to get these things around in different locations. Again, this prop is just massively huge. It's actually not too heavy. It's probably about 10 to 12 pounds total. Each half being maybe 5 to 7 pounds. I don't know. It's pretty light enough for me to easily carry with one hand here, and I'm not exactly the strongest guy in the world. I'm not the strongest Avenger, but yeah, look at this. This actually looks like something that you'd see in God of War, some massive swords that he'd have in that game. It's so friggin' cool. And again, I picked these up from Nikko Industries. There are a ton of different file variety options out there for you to choose from. Nikko, though, has just an amazing Patreon. This is part of basically any of the tiers. You'll be able to get access to these. It's in the lowest tier for $2. He also has a tier for $5 and $15, and regularly is putting out files through his Patreon. Also has files available on his website, which I'm also printing a few other things there that I'll be following up on. I was actually having a conversation with Mark Rhodes over on Twitter because he picked up one of his files and off of his website and let me know something that I was not aware of, that Nikko actually sends out a personalized video, a thank you video to everyone that makes a file purchase from his site. And I think that's absolutely awesome.
Uncle Jesse, hey buddy, saw that you just bought the Sano helmet. We wanted to say thank you. We appreciate it. Say thank you. If you need anything, man, feel free to message me. I'm here to help you out. Enjoy the files, and I'll catch you later, buddy. Say bye.
Bye.
That's just something a little bit unique that we don't see in a lot of the sites that are out there. I mean, I purchased a ton of different files, and I thought it was just a really cool thing that he does. And really just thanks everyone for helping support him and his family. And it's just a really cool thing here. I'll have the video here, his thank you video for the file that I just purchased from his site as well. So if you're interested in picking that up, I'll have links down below. I'll have links to his Patreon page. He also has an absolutely awesome Facebook group. I've talked about that here on a few videos before. It's probably easily the main Facebook group that I'm part of and active in and checking out and commenting on. Just some amazing community members making some ridiculously cool replica props, sharing tips from sanding to painting to you name it. I've picked up on a lot of things. I've also found a lot of cool files that people have either picked up on other sites or purchased or made or selling. So highly recommend that. I'll have links down to that as well. But I just want to share this with you guys. It's a really big project and I'm really excited to share this with you guys and can't wait to get this thing finished and fully up on display. And again, apologies that I had to move the camera way back there, but I need to make sure that you see the full scope and scale of this project. But I just want to say thanks again for watching, you guys. And let me know in the comments what you think about this sword here from Endgame. Hopefully I said Endgame and not Infinity War. I've been so used to saying Infinity War. It's gonna come up in these videos. Inevitably. I am inevitable. Hey, thanks again for watching, you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye now. All right, I've got my Britney Spears shirt on and my Thanos sword. Let's check it out. All right, I've got my Britney Spears t-shirt on and my Thanos sword. Let's check it out.